This is going to be the hottest topic in the next pretty much few days, being Crossout Designator, but I wanted to go over it very briefly of what people are going to be doing, or what the OCG's done, and what people might imply on doing. Before we get into it, I am trying to push for 400 subscribers, so get right into that and hit that sub button, as a lot of people are not subscribed to this channel. But many people know Crossout Designator. You declare one card name, banish one card with that name from your deck, and if you do, until the end of this turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of cards with the same original name. And you can only use one Crossout Designator per turn. This is kind of different from Called by the Grave, because Called by the Grave has to banish itself to banish a card from the graveyard to negate it, while this card can just negate everything. Some of the things that people might be doing are running one of for hand traps. Some of the things that it outs super well are things like Nibiru and Gamma, because you just banish a copy of those, and then you just pretty much sit there and do your combo. Now, one of the things that this does, it definitely counters so many hand traps, but since it's only a hard once per turn, you have to be careful on what you do. Now, overall, what do I see people doing? I see people citing one of hand traps, of the prominent hand traps, depending on what the matchup is, and depending on which ones they run. I could definitely tell you that Orcus players will be definitely having a Lancia on them all the time, since Artifact Lancia is a harsh hand trap to go against. Nibiru is going to be one of those cards that really appear depending on the meta, and with how things are going, I believe it is going to take a spot in the meta again coming up soon. Ghost Ogre pops up here and there. Ghost Bell and Ash Blossom, these are the two that are definitely stapled in the meta right now, next to Gamma as well. Lancia is more of a side deck option, but there are many other hand traps that people can run, but you can't really prepare for all of them. Now, what the OCG has done, they had cited multiple different types of hand traps, as if we see through Road to the King, or really anything. Let me show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. If we look at something like this list right here for the Tri-Brigade Zodiac, they are maining one Nibiru for the Crossout, and they are also citing a second Nibiru just in case of the matchup. Then you have the one Effect Veiler that they're citing, and one Effect Veiler that they're maining. They main three of the most prominent hand traps, being Ash Blossom and Maxi over there. Over here it's going to be Ash Blossom and Gamma. And then they run one of each of the other ones, so they have targets to banish. Then if we look at other things like Phoenix Blade, as you can see, there's the one Nibiru and one Drone Lockbird, the Drivers, the Gammas, even the Lancias. But when we get to down something right here, we also have King in the Sky Prison you have to worry about, but no one's really citing one of that. So the implications of this card, deck building is going to start getting weird. And if you don't enjoy weird deck building, you're going to have a little hard problem going through this. One of the good cards that you can go up against, being using against Crossout Designator, is a little gimmicky card, Engraver of the Mark. When your opponent activates a card or effect that by declaring one card name, exactly one, send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Declare one other card name. That card name your opponent declares becomes the card name declared by this effect. Once per turn, quick effect. Target a card on the field, destroy it during the end phase of the next turn. So this card, the first effect is very prominent, and when we look at Crossout Designator, it is declare one card name as the cost. Then you had to banish a card with that name from your deck, and if you do, until the end of the turn. So it's going to resolve as much as possible, because you already declared the cost name got changed. So let's say you're calling something like Nibiru. Then you can just go, oh, I'm going to call a card that you don't have. Then the card just fizzles out. So this is going to be a funny side deck option against the card, but I don't really see it doing that much. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this little insight on Crossout Designator and what to do. Pretty much it's just running one copy of a single hand trap that you're most worried about. Then you just build the deck around it. But anyways, please subscribe if you have not, and see you guys in the next video.